folks, welcome to Dunsy's Guitar World. Good news today, I'm not playing guitar. However, the bad news is I will be talking at length. So my apologies in advance. So today, 28 years ago, according to my Facebook memories, a gig in London happened. Well, I'm sure lots of gigs in London happened, but a particular gig in London happened Monday the 5th of April 1993, and then Tuesday the 6th of April 1993 the Lemonheads, remember the Lemonheads, played the Kilburn National Theatre in London. Now, bit of a backstory. Year before, June 1992, they had released It's a Shame About Ray, which did really well, but then later in the year they released a cover of Mrs. Robinson from the film The Graduate, and they became huge. I mean, it was a big selling single all over the world, and they flew into the UK. I think they only did 4 gigs or something like that at the Kilburn National Theatre, which at one point in time was the biggest film theatre in Europe, if you can believe that. So you're wondering what my involvement in this? Well, my band, the band I was in at the time, the Joyriders, we had released a 12-inch single on vinyl. When stuff came out on vinyl, we released this in 1992. This was, believe it or not, a New Musical Express single of the week, and we were meant to play with the Lemonheads, I think, at the Astoria round about the time this came out. That gig got cancelled, so when they flew back in next again year, April 1993, who support but the Joyriders from Edinburgh, and a band called 11th Dream Day, I think an American band. So we had to travel from Edinburgh, which is, look at this map, 403 miles. It should take 7 hours and 23 minutes. Now the Joyriders were not cash rich. Our mode of transport was a Volkswagen LT35 like this, and it was probably in the same condition as this one as well, and it didn't go above 60 miles an hour. So there was the 4 of us in the band. There was our driver Craig, sound engineer Dode, and we took guitar tech Big John Duncan, formerly of the Exploited, and goodbye Mr. Mackenzie. He did my guitars quite a few times. He played with Nirvana as well. He did a gig with Nirvana. Big John did a gig with Nirvana, and helped Kurt with his guitars. So we drove down. I think we left at 11 o'clock at night, and the back crew compartment of the LT35, all our gear was in it. We were using Marshall stacks, and it was pretty tight fit, and there was a bit in the front that had tables. So we all jumped in there. I think we got a few beers to see us through the journey. So I left at 11 o'clock at night, and drove overnight. And I remember coming into London about 8 o'clock on Monday morning at rush hour. It was just carnage.
Family sing-along.
Well, I don't know, honey. You sure you can sing and pay attention to the road at the same time?
Don't make me pull over, Peg.
What can I say? It was very busy, and we stopped off at a friend's house for a few hours, and then drove to the Kilburn National Theatre, which was, an incredibly impressive theatre. It's got, like, I'll show a picture, it's got upstairs and stuff like that. So we turned up there, and it's a place outside. I remember it being sunny, and outside there was tons and tons of kids, teenage kids hanging about. The Lemonheads were huge. We got speaking to 4 Japanese girls who had travelled from Japan to see the Lemonheads show in London. I mean, they were crazy popular at that point in time. So we get inside, and there's the Lemonheads, and Big John's a punk rock legend, so everybody was there. You see Big John, Evan and that, we went and spoke to Big John, because he was so popular, like I say, legend. Sound check, so we waited for the Lemonheads to sound check. And 11th Dream Day, and the doors opened at 7 o'clock. We were on first, and we got to start sound checking at 3 minutes to 7. I mean, 3 minutes after we started sound checking, the doors were open. So we just did a quick line check. I think we went on about 20 past 7. Played for half an hour, but the place filled up so quickly. It was crazy. It was just a huge sea of people. I think these 2 gigs were the biggest gigs we did. They had arranged the one on the Tuesday, but sold out so quick. They did the Monday one, and I was added, and we did that. So the first night, sound check, say 2 or 3 minutes sound check. But the gig was great, it was fantastic. The place went nuts when the Lemonheads came on. I remember myself and the bass player Craig, we went down the front when the Lemonheads started, pushed their way down the front. And they started with Stove, my favourite Lemonheads song. I remember turning to Craig and saying, "Oh man, I think we've made it, we're supporting the Lemonheads." Brilliant, what a night. The dressing room, funnily enough, was upstairs. I'll show you in the picture there. You can look out over the audience. And when we went back upstairs, the place was just bouncing. It was great. So after the gig, we were staying in the Columbia Hotel, which is where everybody in rock bands stayed. I think Oasis and everybody stayed there. I'm sure when we were there, those 2 nights, the Afghan Wigs were staying there as well. I'm sure we bumped into them in the bar. But our management were so frugal, they only booked 1 room. So there was 7 of us staying in this 1 room, and there was only 2 double beds. I'm sure the first night, I mean, with a good few beers, I'm sure the first night I slept in the bath. I'm sure I just threw a sheet in the bath and just slept in the bath. Second night, I think I slept on the floor. But a few beers gets you through these tough situations. You know what it's like. So we went to the second night, and Evan had said, "These guys only got 3 minutes yesterday. I want them to get a full sound check." So we got 30-minute sound check. It sounded great. Now the thing is, in the 90s, people didn't have mobile phones, so I have no video footage and anything of the gig. But I remember it being great. The sound on stage, it was a big stage, sound on stage was incredible, and we went down really well. Sold a lot of t-shirts and merchandise and stuff like that. It was absolutely brilliant. It was like a real high point in the Joyriders' career, because we'd had an NME single of the week for King of Gasoline, so we were riding on a bit of a high as well. So it was such a great experience, you know. What wasn't great fun was having to drive home on a Wednesday. We'd have spent 2 days partying with all these rock and roll people, and had to drive all the way back to Edinburgh. I think I went back to work the day after it. So, but there you go. That's what I was doing 28 years ago today. Crazy stuff. So I put together a quick video for one of the Joyriders songs from our King of Gasoline EP, which I hope you enjoy. And I do hope you've enjoyed our short ramble through my mind and what happened almost 3 decades ago. Thanks for watching. Cheers for now.